Hi everybody, welcome again. So as you can see, I'm here every Monday around 6:30, basically 6:30, and I am featuring specifically members in the self-love community. If you're looking for some free extra support on your self-love journey, there's a group, link is above, where you can join. And I'm all about providing a safe space for you to be yourself. Like, I feel like without feeling safe, without feeling like no one's going to judge you and that people are going to accept you, understand you, without that feeling, especially within yourself, it doesn't make room for growth. Because can you imagine saying yes to growth, but then your environment is full of negative voices and judgment? That's just always going to be like this block. And even with ourselves, how we talk to ourselves, being a safe person for ourselves, it is such a transformation that I have seen, not only with myself, but my clients and other individuals, when we really start creating that safe space for ourselves, inside and outside. So with that said, I'm going to have someone named Theresa join me. And she was one of my clients. I'm going to bring her on right now. And I'm going to be sharing this out too as we're going live and chit-chatting and stuff like that. So please give her a warm welcome. I believe this is probably a lot of first-timers going live, so please give her some love, even if you're watching the replay. And if you don't know who I am already, my name is Quyn. I go by Quynhforthewin. I am a self-love coach, and I know that my purpose and mission in life is to experience a self-love journey and paying it forward to other people. Really learning and figuring out what the heck the self-love journey is and allowing others to experience that for themselves by offering that support. And so, yeah, I am doing this every Monday. Different stories of individuals that I know that are on their self-love journey. So there she is. Look how lovely she is. Well, hello. Hi.
Hi. Hey, girl.
Hey, girl. So, girl, I was just saying, it's all about being in safe places, right? I mean, we always feel very, whether it's nervous or we feel kind of like we have to be on guard when we're in public places, or, even doing stuff like this, But as far as like the self-love journey, we have to be so protective of our spaces and make sure that we're in environments that are safe for us to be around, where we can feel like we can be ourselves. So I just want to thank you for carving some time out to be here.
No, thanks for inviting me.
Yes.
We haven't chatted in forever, so it's perfect.
Exactly. I know. On our practice live yesterday, I was like,
yeah.
It's like,
you're like,
we're basically catching up. Yeah, save it. We're basically catching up because we were working together. She was a client of mine. And and we haven't really talked much since then, except for social media and here, here and there and stuff like that. So just want to welcome you and letting you know that you can be yourself here.
Okay, good.
Okay.
Because that's what's going to happen.
No filter, no nothing. And we're just going to have a conversation about self-love because I don't see it happening enough within our communities, even from like our family, our extended family or whatnot. And it's just like not a normal conversation. I guess that depends on what kind of environment you're in, but it's definitely not something where I strike up that conversation with my family. I mean, me personally, where they're like on board. Yeah, let's talk about self-love. Yeah, let's talk about growth. Oh yeah, like what have you been working on internally lately? It just doesn't, it doesn't happen. So let's do it. That's what we're here to do. So we can share all about that.
So we can, talk to each other who would love that. Yeah.
Exactly. So you guys, if you guys didn't know who she is, I mean, I was looking at your Instagram profile to get to just to write some things about you. But like it says that you're a mom. It says that you are a wife, and I like how you put you're fueled by faith, fueled by gratitude, and you put self-care in there, wellness, and spreading joy and all of that. So would you say that describes you, or is there something else that I left out that you would say can describe you?
I think that's pretty much it. I know I'm always like going in there. I'm like, okay, wait, let me tweak this. Oh, that's a good word. I like that one. Let me change it. But
That's me.
no,
That's
like,
me. Add that.
right? Yeah, I'm like, oh, yeah, totally. Or that's who I want to be. No, that's it. That's who I am, and that's what I hope. Like, I'm people are getting from me when I'm like in their presence. You know.
Yes.
Yeah.
Hear you on that. So,
Yeah.
thank you for that. Yeah, I always like
Mm-hmm.
to give that as an icebreaker, like what words would describe us? Because there's so many words to use, and I love it that
Yeah.
those were the words that you chose to be like, hey, that is me, or I'm working on encompassing that,
Mm-hmm. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, so yeah, let's get into it. I'm looking forward to diving in. And of
Okay,
course, like
me too.
I know that I sent you some questions, and I'm just always curious how, like, what were some of the events that led you to even hearing about what self-love is or experiencing what self-love is? Would love to
Okay.
know. I know that with me, it's always rock bottom, but with me, it was like relationships and
Yeah.
long-term relationships that wasn't serving me. And
Yeah.
it always has to hurt so bad for us to wake up. So
Mm-hmm.
what would you
Yeah.
say some of those events, or what comes to mind when you think about
Comes
events
to
that
mind
led to your growth or
to
your
that,
healing
yeah, that
journey, your
journey.
self-love?
Okay. Okay.
Yeah.
Well, I want to say like the biggest thing that led me to my self-love journey would be after having my two kids, like 4 years ago, two amazing kids who are just so fun, loving. I had postpartum depression, so I
Mm.
experienced just like not like realizing, hey, I'm not myself. Who is this person? I'm not smiling as much. I'm not bubbly like
Mm.
people used to say. I'm like, okay, I'm exhausted. Like, what am I feeling? I'm exhausted. Just and like, mind you, wait, when I had my two kids, we actually moved also. So it was like a whole new life
Wow.
as a mother, a whole new environment. So it was just like so many new things, I think, all at once that was so overwhelming to me, that kind of just like took me down a path where I was just like, who am I? Like
Yeah.
I just kind of lost myself. I think I felt like, and I didn't realize like it was postpartum depression. But
Yeah.
because I didn't know, it bothered me even more, and it made me like more anxious and more like just more, I guess, disappointed in myself. Like, why are you acting like this? Like I would question myself. Like, you
Mm.
don't have a reason to. You have so many blessings, but why are you acting like this? So I dived deeper. I spoke to people, and I learned about postpartum depression, and that's when I
Wow.
realized, hey, is that like, do you admit that that might be something that you have? And yeah, I totally admit it.
Wow.
And at that point it was like, okay, what are the steps I need to take? Because my goal, or I want to be the best mom ever. My kids are gonna just be happy. They're gonna have fun with mom. And of course, like, I want to be the greatest wife, to my husband, and just the greatest person to me. I didn't even feel good for myself. So
Yeah.
obviously I couldn't like love on everybody else like I wanted to.
Right, right.
So we made moves, and literally made moves. We decided to move back.
Yeah, right? Like, you guys not
Yeah.
just make moves,
No, we
but
moved.
physically moving.
Yeah. Yeah. So I was like, hey, I talked to my husband. This is what I'm experiencing, and he's amazing. He's like, what do we need to do?
Wow.
What do you
On
need?
board, huh?
So
Yeah.
yeah, totally on board. And I'm like, okay, I feel like I need to move back where I'm comfortable, where I was myself, and what's familiar. There's just too
Mm.
much newness for me all at once, where it's like I feel like I just can't get a grasp on it. So we packed up, moved back to the Bay Area where I'm from, and at that point things started to like fall into place. I started a new job, so I entered back into the workforce after being a
Mm.
stay-at-home mom for 3 years,
Yeah.
and kind of like got my identity back in that way. and
Wow.
and it was
Mm.
awesome because the position I got was like such a blessing. I was the front desk coordinator of a tech company, and being a stay-at-home mom, I don't have much people to have conversation with.
Right? It's just your
Than little
husband
kids.
and your little kids. They can't really talk to you
And my
right
little
now.
kids.
They can just stare at
Yeah.
you.
Yeah. I'm like, do you understand me? But so it was great because I just spoke to everybody. I feel like I spoke everyone's ear off,
Yeah.
probably, but like I'm still there to this day. So I've been there for almost 4 years now, you know, and I've built all these
Wow.
relationships, and it
Yeah.
started then, you know. So so I got my job, and things just started to happen, and that's as soon as I kind of started feeling myself with every little step or blessing that was happening to me, I'm like, okay, I kind of want to dive deeper, you know, and
Mm.
that's when I really dove into like my spiritual journey. And I'm
Yes.
very, you know me, I'm so spiritual. You know, I'm so grateful just for blessings on blessings. And I started to pray more. I started to
Yeah.
really get into my faith, and with that, it opened up me wanting to dive deeper with my self love, and like
Mm.
I didn't know really what that was. You know,
Mm.
that I'm like, okay, what is
We
it? So
hear it, right? It's
we
like,
hear
what
it,
is it
but I'm like,
exactly? What does
yeah,
it
I'm
look
like,
like?
what is it about, and how do I do it? You know, so
Yeah.
so that's what kind of opened the door for me, and then like things just started happening and moved back because life happened, and we ended up moving back to Sacramento. Saw Quinn, and
Oh
I'm
yeah.
like, hey, followed you for a while, and I'm like, I love what she's about. Um, you know what she's saying, I agree. You know, you opened my eyes to a lot just by following you and watching you and listening to you.
Yeah.
Um, and then also like other things that kind of led me there is just like I was telling you when I first started my journey with you was I feel like I have a purpose. I know I have a
Yes.
purpose, right?
Yes.
I know I have a purpose and I'm not living it, and I don't know how to, because I'm not going to feel fulfilled knowing
Right.
that there's something I just can't get a grasp on it, you know, and I was hoping that you can guide me, you know, guide me there, and like just through the self-love journey that I went on with you, like it opened my eyes to see things that was already there, you know, and I'm like,
Mm.
that I am living my purpose. I didn't know that, you know, you know.
That's
So
the
I'm
trip.
like, oh
Yes.
yeah. So it totally opened my eyes. But yeah, so I want to say like just having the postpartum depression was a big thing that was like you need to love on yourself, and it opened my
Mm.
eyes to want to do that and just wanting my purpose, you know, wanting to live that because I was created for a reason and I got to live it,
Mm. Yes,
you
I
know.
hear
So
you on that. No, thank you so much for
mhm.
sharing that. I didn't even know what postpartum depression was, you
Yeah.
know,
Hmm.
and but from what I heard you share, I can see why it can cause such a, because it's like you're pregnant,
Yeah.
and then you're a mom. I mean,
Yeah. Hmm.
you're already a mom as you're being pregnant. I mean, but like
Yeah.
when it's like you birth out your children, you're like, and
Yeah.
like what I'm hearing you say a lot is like getting a grasp on it, you know,
Hmm.
and you
Yeah.
said it again when you talked about purpose, where it's like getting a grasp on it. And
Yeah.
so I feel like in this journey to get a grasp on like who we even are, what our purpose is, what are we
Hmm.
living for, who
Yeah.
are we, like to get that grasp, like we have to be open for support. I mean, we work
Hmm.
together, but there's some sort of like reaching out that's involved, and then also kind of doing the scary thing of just tuning more inward to ourselves,
Yeah.
which kind of goes into like the next question that I wanted to ask you, because as
Hmm.
we're on this journey, there's some tools, and when I worked with you too, like I know working out was definitely one of them,
Oh,
because
that was huge.
I saw you do more of that, and even more and
Yeah.
more and more and more. And I love it that you're showing that on your social
Uh-huh.
media, because after when we were done with our coaching sessions,
Yeah.
I would see, I'm like, okay,
You still
like
go. Yeah, you go. Keep
you
going.
go, yes, because oh my gosh, working out is such a release, you guys, and
Yes. Oh my God.
and when we
Such,
don't do
it
it,
feels
we
so good.
already see some of the repeating habits seeping
Hmm.
through. So, but aside from
Yeah.
working out, is there any other tools? I heard praying, and some
Hmm.
people, you know, praying to some people could be meditating, you know, and it's
Yes.
that spiritual connection that you're doing to
Hmm.
like connect with yourself. But what are some other tools that comes to mind as far as like your self-love practice, or yeah, tools or self-love practices? What are your two goes? Like if you're feeling a certain way, you go in there, or which one stands out to you that's so important to you? Yeah.
Yeah. I want to say, well, when I was starting I was like, okay, every morning I would wake up, early. Like I was waking up like at 5. I was like that
Yes.
5 a.m. club.
Yes.
And
yes,
it was
I remember
great.
this. Yeah.
Yeah. And in the beginning, I was just like, who wakes up this early? Like, what are you doing? You're so tired. Like, go back to sleep. But then I would wake up with that mindset, like, I can't believe you woke up. You're going to be exhausted the whole day. Like, today's going to suck, And I don't know what I read or like what, maybe it was just going through the journey that it was like, you're waking up at 5. Like, what are you going to do with it? You have so much time. It was like having that mindset to look at things in positively. Like, there's a reason why you woke up. There's a purpose why you woke up, and I started to realize there is a purpose. So let me do something. Let me put a practice together since nobody in this house is awake. And I have like 3 hours by myself.
Yes, right. Because when the kids are awake, you already know.
It.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
All the moms know.
It's on. So I started like, okay, what is this? You introduced me to journaling. So I started journaling, which helped me express like my thoughts that I would just go on in my mind forever. But just having that on paper was like a release. I write it down, put it out into the world, and it's there, like it'll manifest whatever I wrote, or it's just let it go. It's done. I wrote it.
Love that. Oh
kind of like that.
Got chills feeling that.
Yeah.
Wow.
So definitely journaling was like the first thing I would do while I'm drinking my glass of water or tea.
Right. I know you got your tea. I know you love your matcha tea.
I got my matcha. Yeah. Oh my God, I'm such a matcha person.
Yes, you are. I'm like, how do you make it? Oh wow, like this girl is making her own matcha.
I'll have to give you that recipe. So after that, like meditation, yoga, daily gratitude practice, and prayer, like all of that pretty much together, just kind of taking a moment to breathe, start my day in breath, because you always say it's like so good to breathe. Make sure you do that.
Yes.
Relieves the stress that maybe was there overnight, or the stress that I'm about to feel.
Right. I feel like stress is just something that we may or may not realize how much we've had until we release it. When we go to our workouts, or when we meditate or journaling or pray or whatever, we don't realize how much is being relieved because we're so used to holding it. Yeah. Yeah.
It's just sitting there on my shoulders.
Yes, 1,000%. Oh gosh, that was so juicy. Yeah. Yeah.
So there's that, and then just meditating and praying. It just helps me to be in that that positive light. Set my mindset for the day, and just just be ready. Just be ready for it. Whatever life's gonna throw at me, I'm ready for it, and I'm gonna take it positively, or I'm gonna just work through it. Things. My day will be great. Your day will be great is what I would always tell myself. Like, you're gonna have many blessings.
I love that.
Yeah. See? So I would start like that. And it has definitely like strength, like meditation, all of that, mentally, physically, spiritually, all of that together encompassed, in that morning practice.
Oh my gosh, you guys, that is so big. I mean, we always hear it like, put yourself first. And when you allow yourself to wake up early, I feel like that is such a commitment. So I just want to commend on you on that.
It doesn't happen after COVID very much.
Yeah.
That messed me up big time.
Yes. Oh my God. You're like, I could be flexible today.
Yeah. Now I'm like, so let me figure, it's not very morning anymore. But things happen throughout the day.
Right. And, I just want to point that out too. Sometimes and I know that me and you and anyone who's listening can relate to this, where let's just say we have a good streak going on. We have a good streak. We're like, man, this is something that definitely needs to happen forever, or else I'll lose my mind or something will go wrong or something.
Yeah.
And we realize that, it might not be like that all the time. And it's okay. It does not mean that you could still carve out some time. Find that time throughout your day to make it happen. Would you say? So that we do less beating up and being so, it's like wanting to have that be so perfect because it worked out so well for a while, right? And so you never know what can happen. See, like COVID happened, that kind of adjusted things. I know that I had to have that conversation with myself. And
oh my gosh, me too. More than once. Like,
Yeah, multiple times. Like,
well,
okay,
yeah.
Quinn. Yeah.
It was just like, and give yourself grace, Teresa. Come on,
Yes.
like, don't. It just makes things worse if you're just like, you gotta do it. You gotta do it. Like, I'll get it done, but it worked in the morning, but maybe it could work another time. That's what I try to tell myself. As long as you get it at some point in the day.
And there's that self-dialogue that always comes up
Yes.
every single week. When we talk about self-love, right, there's just so
Mm-hmm.
much in common. Like every person always talks about, okay, Quinn or Teresa, right? So it's that self-dialogue, that self-compassion that is
Mm-hmm.
definitely involved in your self-love practices and on your journey.
Yes.
There's so much that I've seen you blossom, which we'll go to like kind of the last question that I was asking you. But like since we were done with our coaching sessions, I started to see you not only express your journey more of like working out. I mean, you were doing the boxing thing. I mean, you're doing all the workouts and and getting your family involved.
Yes, they love it.
Can you
It's
share a
so
little bit of
fun.
that? Okay, so I'm almost like if anyone's watching this and you would love to get your family involved in doing some of the healthy things that you're doing,
Mm.
what would be the tips? Because I know that's so hard. I mean, I don't know if your
Yeah.
family was already like working out. I mean, you have kids. I mean, they're even
Mm-hmm.
involved. I even see them in there.
Yeah,
But also
they're so
I see
involved.
your husband that is
Mm-hmm.
totally with it too. And is he
Yeah.
on?
He's not. They're
Okay, I
swimming
thought I saw
outside.
someone hop
Yeah.
in. I was like, wait a minute, is that her husband on? Oh, hey, husband. Um, but yeah,
Well, actually, I
what would
don't
be the
know.
tip or how did that happen? Because I love seeing that, and it's such a fulfilling time when you're practicing self-love with your
Mm-hmm.
family.
Yeah.
So
It
yeah.
feels so good just having them with me because like mom guilt comes in sometimes where I'm just like, oh, I'm working out maybe too long and I need to spend
Mm,
time with them, but like because they want to join me and I'm like, hey, who wants to work out with me? 30 minutes to punch the bag, and we got them little bags and like all these things that they can participate too, and I think since I've been like on this fitness kick for a while now,
yeah.
they've seen me, me and my husband, and naturally they pick up a weight. Naturally, they pick up, a glove, and they just want
So
to do it
powerful.
themselves. Yeah. So before I'd be like, hey, do it with me. Come on, please get some PE. We need to move. But when they do it themselves, and I'm just like, oh, this is great. I'm so
Yes.
excited. I think it just makes them want to do it even more,
I love
all the
that.
time. So, and it's so
Mm.
fun if we're all out there doing it. It like totally pushes me like harder, because I'm like, yeah, let's go.
I'm the example. No, seriously. So what I heard is that they saw you
Mm-hmm.
doing it.
Yeah.
And then without asking them as much, what I'm hearing is that they started to pick it up
Yeah.
themselves and
They
do it
picked it up themselves.
themselves. You
Mm-hmm.
guys, like,
Yeah.
I relate
And
with that so much.
who knows? Maybe they saw when mommy works out, she's so happy. So they're like, let's work out with her because like she's happy. It makes her happy. It makes her fun.
So
So who
powerful.
knows? Who knows what it is? But yeah, but they do it on their own. They don't push
Mm.
very. Yeah. So
Not
that's
very
good.
much. You're like,
Very, very much more as like I used to. Like I used to try.
right? There's always that part of you, the mom part, right? It's like, hey, come on,
Yeah.
kids,
I know they're like
And it's
that
like,
today.
oh,
I'm like,
wait. Yeah.
really? You need it? No. Okay. No.
I was like, I'm going to do it. Okay, hopefully they join.
Yeah. I'm like, hopefully,
But
otherwise, okay. 30 minutes it is.
that's too funny. But yeah, I've seen that, and of course we can only see, what people show on social media sometimes. But
Yeah.
what has become and what have you seen yourself be able to create in your life from being committed and dedicated to your self-love journey?
Mm-hmm.
Girl, I started to see you sing and use your voice.
Yeah, I remember I would always tell you, oh yeah, worship, my
Uh-huh.
spirituality, my faith,
Mm-hmm.
and you were like, why don't you start singing? And I was like, oh, yeah, like I used to, but why did I stop?
Mm,
And before I used to sing other songs, but then when I
yeah.
realized, like, well, you do it in the car, like you
Yes.
go all out, like everywhere you are at home, so why don't you sing? So I started worshiping because that's what I
Mm-hmm.
do, and then singing, putting
Yeah.
it all together. And like it makes me feel so good, you know? So I was just saying, like, going through this journey has, like, and worshiping makes me feel good. And I want to, like, after I'm done, I'm like, I just want to spread it
Yep.
to everybody. So I'm like, how can I do that? Let me post it, you know? So once in a while when I'm really feeling it and I'm like, okay, I'm going to praise today. Today's the day I'm going to
Today
praise.
is the day. Yeah.
Yeah. And I'll put it out there, and I'll get messages, you know, and it makes me feel really good that I was able to, I felt that light and I felt that love, but I
Mm,
also was able to get it across, you know, through social media. Even though I'm so far away, you know, there's people who need that message, or
yeah.
there's people who just need to feel it. And to know that I was able to do that, like, that's my purpose.
Love it.
It's my
Oh,
purpose.
oh, I love it. And
Yeah.
it's so great hearing you say that, because before when we were coaching, you know, you were not feeling it as much. And then you
Yeah.
realize, oh, there's some things throughout my day that I do that is my purpose. And
Mm-hmm.
so it's just been so great seeing your journey and seeing you
Thank you.
exude that. So I'm curious, what's going on in your life today now, and what do you feel like is next? Like, what would be next for you as far as like to level up or to deepen your journey? Like, I'm curious what's coming up for you with that.
I'm still trying to figure figure it out.
Yes, yeah.
Which
Like
obviously
we
is going to
all are. We all
continue.
are.
Yeah,
Yes.
continue
Yeah.
growing and being like that. But right now it's like I'm really trying to focus on like being a strong person, a
Mm-hmm.
strong mom and wife throughout this time, you know, and for my family, for my friends, and for others, you know,
Yeah.
who I can see out there who might need support.
Yes.
Just
Yeah.
like spreading positivity through like a DM. You know, if I see that they're
Yep.
not feeling good, that's my thing right now. Is I was telling my husband, like, I want people to smile. I want people to feel, you know, even if it's for a moment,
Mm,
like something's lifted, you know, there's light, you know, there's light there. There's thing, you know, that there is light in this world. There's great people in this world, you know, that everyone deserves to smile, everyone deserves to be happy.
right,
And
right.
I want to kind of try to give that to as many people as I can, and
Yeah.
teach my kids to also, you know. So
Yeah.
they see us do stuff, they see us talk, me and my husband talk a lot about spreading
Mm,
joy in this world.
beautiful.
And that one time I
Mm.
was like, well, I'm going to record a video. So I from Baby Shark that I put on a shark costume and I danced, and it like
Oh,
went
I saw
viral.
that.
Yeah, and I was
I love
like,
it.
and then because I was like, I'm gonna make my kids smile, and I did.
Oh my,
And my
I
husband
love
was
this
just like,
so
yeah.
much, you guys.
My
Oh
husband's like,
my
you are so crazy, and I was like, I'm gonna post it. Let's see who's gonna smile today.
God.
You know, so like
Mission to
things like
smile. Oh my
that.
God, I'm feeling like
Yeah.
you're getting somewhere with
Mission to
this.
smile.
Yeah.
That might be
Mm-hmm.
a hashtag. That
Yeah.
might be something.
Yeah, I'm serious. I'm so
So
serious. Yeah.
yeah, so that's right now like what I really want to do is just to spread as much light and positivity through the what I can through
There
social
you
media,
go.
through not maybe not smiling, but when I'm out, but with the mask, you know, but just saying hi, or you know, offering something just to brighten up someone else's day.
Mm.
That's what I'm working on
That's what I'm hearing.
right
What I'm
now.
hearing is that you are utilizing the platforms that you do have access to
Hmm.
express your light, to express your love.
Yes.
And you guys, this is something that I'm so happy that we're having this conversation, because when you practice your self-love, when you go to those healthy outlets, when you go to those healthy tools, especially when you're in pain, especially when you're not feeling good, you are
Hmm.
literally creating your own light.
Yes.
And that light has energy, that light has warmth, that light holds ideas. Like it's
Hmm.
it's it's almost like not even a question if you'll share it or not,
Yes.
because you have an abundant amount of it and you feel really good from what you were able to cultivate in that
Hmm.
moment. And
Hmm.
so I relate so much with your journey, because that's what I was like. I was like, how do
Yeah.
I'm feeling
Yeah.
so good, and how do I
Yeah.
express
How
that
do
or
I?
give that to
Hmm.
people? And what's so
Hmm.
great about social media in this way is that you get to spread it, and
Yeah.
just knowing that whoever it lands on, they'll receive it. You know, they like
Hmm.
whoever it is that watches it and is going through a rough time, they're the ones going to be receiving that. And we don't have to worry about whether it lands with people or not. We just know that it is. We just know that it is. And I just want to acknowledge that what you're doing is already so significant. The other day, I was driving to a gas station and I saw two gentlemen. They were making their signs to hold up for money. You know, they were on the sidewalk. And I told myself, I was like, okay, I'm going to get gas and I'm going to give them money.
Yeah.
I poured gas and then I grabbed $2 and then I went by and I gave it to them. And then I just had this moment where I was like, you know, there's people out there right now that are not being highlighted on social media and put up on this, you know, being featured and stuff, that do good things, that spreads light every single day or consistently. And I just want to acknowledge you're one of those like light workers.
Oh, thanks.
You know, we don't have, how do I say it? And that's the work. Recognizing if someone needs it and DMing them, checking in on them, or expressing it fully on your social media. And yeah, your kids and your husband, I feel like you guys are becoming this team. I don't know if you see that, but I see that. And I'm feeling that through your share is like you guys are becoming this light, because somebody has to be the example, like somebody.
Yeah.
How are you going to know it exists or what it looks like if they're not seeing it? You know?
Yeah, and that's a big reason why too. I welcome them kind of on my platform too, because I'm like, hey, you know, as a family, like this is who we are, and, you know, and we want to all spread that light, because I hear my kids, like, they spread light to me all the time by just like the little things they say, and I'm like,
so cute, huh?
You're so awesome, like, and you make me want to just be like, you know, be like you. But yeah, they're so fun, and all together, like, I feel like a team, you know, at times that we are all on the same page, and by posting or by, you know, writing about like how I'm feeling or how I'm feeling with my kids or what we're doing, I just hope to like inspire, you know, that yeah, you can do it. Like, you can live this life, you know, life is tough, but
yes,
we're going to get through. You know, you're going to get through, and if you need someone, if anyone needs someone, you can DM me, you know, and I'm willing to chat and just chat, you know, and
all right.
And, it's nice to get things off your chest or to vent even.
Wow. So everyone, Theresa is a coach now. So if you guys need any support, if you guys could use some light in your life and learn how to become one yourself, hit up Theresa. Girl, you're a coach. I'm serious. I mean, so this is what my journey was like, because you're becoming someone of service. You're becoming someone that has the space to bear the pains from other people, you know, and yeah, so hi, coach. Just saying, you're on your way. You're doing the work. You're already doing it.
I can see that, because I know you've always said you have to love yourself, give yourself that love in order to have any space, you know, for
the space,
for anything else, you know, and I, before I didn't have space.
Right, and we know that when we don't, right? We're more impatient. Yeah. It's like, I don't have time to the space to listen to you.
Exactly. So I'm like, okay, self-love journey it is. I need space.
Oh my gosh, so amazing. So where can people follow you? Where can people connect with you? Yeah.
You can connect with me on Instagram, T Sweet Life, because life is sweet.
Yes, I love that, T Sweet Life. Yes. And obviously I tagged her on Facebook, so she's here on Facebook as well. I want to thank you for your time. I want to allow you to kind of share anything else that's coming up to your mind about your journey, or maybe to the moms out there, because I know, man, I'm not a mom. However, I have a mom, so I can see how much she does. And it's just amazing to see you. I mean, you're so many things, and you're a mom, you're a wife, and also you're you. What tips do you have to give to mamas, or if there's anything on your mind? I just want to give this like free moment for you to express what you feel that's on your heart, to express to someone that may be feeling like how you did, with not knowing what your purpose was, and also maybe also if they're experiencing postpartum depression, and just the life of being a mom. Yeah.
Well, definitely like going through that postpartum depression. Like if you're going through something or feeling something and you just don't know what it is, be open to, exploring like what it could be in order to move forward,
Right.
to accept, okay, this is what it is. Now, what are the steps I need to take? Because your purpose is to take care of your kids, you're raising them, especially like in this time, and we're the ones who are going to make this change. We're raising the change in this world today, and like we need to be the best that we can be right now for ourselves, but in order to raise the best kids who are going to be the best generation, so we got to take care of ourselves, definitely make sure, like, if you're not feeling right, that you reach out to somebody,
right,
and you take those steps, because you're important, and they need you. Everybody needs you. You're here for a purpose. I remember I came across something that said, you're here for a purpose. I know, like, today this world is going through so much.
Yeah.
But since you are in this world today, there was a reason why you were in this world today, and because we're going to be the change,
so we're raising the chills up there. Yes, right. Yeah. Oh my God, I love that. We're raising the future. We're raising Oh my gosh. Yeah, that's so powerful. Oh my gosh. I could go on and on, because then I'm thinking about parenting, and then like how we experience from our parents and generational trauma. Yeah. And then it's like, I know, okay, right? But like, and then you're raising the next generation. Whoa, dang, and oh my gosh. And I love that you said, like, being open to acknowledging what that thing is.
Feeling is.
That's not feeling good. Yeah. And because once you accept it, then you'll be open to the next steps, and then you'll continue to be open to improvement. Okay. And then of course the reaching out for support too,
very important.
Wow. You just dropped so many freaking nuggets. I am just, oh my God, I can easily take one. But anyways, we could talk on and on and on and on and on and on and on. I just want to thank you for you being you and taking the journey, because we need so many examples out there. And like you said, especially in today's world, I mean, like, there's so much pain, and I just feel like you just exude so much of that message of being the light and spreading it.
I hope to. That's what I'm trying.
You're doing it right now. And
good.
I hope to see some coaching from you soon.
Right? I'm like, you're planting seeds in my head.
Oh yeah, nonstop. I'll nudge you later too. It's like, okay, hey Theresa, it's time to level
Girl,
up.
Have you thought about it? Yeah,
I know you have. Okay, anyway.
I know, right?
Okay, you guys, please give her some love. Was this your first time live?
It was. I was like, oh my God. I didn't realize it until it got closer to 6:30, and I was like, oh my God, I'm nervous. Like, why?
I know, you texted me like, it's all gonna be okay. Yes.
I was like, I'm nervous. LOL.
So many people that I have featured so far. It's their first time. It's their first time live. So, high five.
Break the ice.
Live. Yeah, break the ice. And thank you again for allowing yourself to be yourself and share what came up for you, and not holding back, and just
of course,
being yourself,
letting it out, sharing my story. Thanks for having me, but thanks for also like guiding me on that self-love. Like, you helped me to start it and figure it out, and now I'm going, I keep going. I'm trying to keep going.
Yes, and I see that. Love it, love it. So, oh my goodness, if you guys want to follow Theresa on Instagram, it's literally like, it's TEE, right? Like TEE, Sweet Life on Instagram. Yeah. And tune in next Monday. I'm going to pick someone else, right? Who's going to be in the hot seat next week? It's going to be around this time. 6:30 has been the time that's been working out so far. And if you guys are anyone who's watching this looking for like free self-love support, the link is above for the self-love community. And we will see you guys there. And
thank you. Thanks for joining us.
Thank you so much. Yeah, thanks for joining us, especially anyone and the replay viewers. But I will see you when I see you, girl. And thank you again so much.
Soon.
It was so great. Thanks for sharing.
Yeah, it was good catching up.
Have a great
Bye,
night,
Quinn.
girl.
Okay,
Bye.
bye.
Bye.